One more thing for us to look at is, you can see that I am, this little exercise I just did with like creating files and shifting this code around wasn't very challenging. It was basically copy and paste, but this is the right direction because I know that before my program becomes more complex, I can essentially, why should I keep ping pong in my main.cpp? That's not right, right? I can have a separate file which takes care of the implementation of these. And since both files, both main.cpp and pingpong.cpp, should be aware of the existence of pingpong, I created this header file which only includes function declarations. So what else do we need to worry about? My observation is that I have include IOStream in one header file right here inside ping-pong, but I also have it directly here. Is this an offense? No. The header files are designed to that, you know, unintentional inclusion of header files should be presenting no problem. Because if this is a problem, we have a significant technical issue like managing, you know, constantly going back and making sure that each include directive is unique in every file. That's a nightmare. So how is it achieved that including the same file multiple times is not a problem? Essentially, if I do something like this, it should not present a problem. Of course, that looks wrong, but it shouldn't be a problem. So in order to get to that point where it's perfectly safe, there are standard steps to add header guards to every header file that we create. It goes like this. Step number one, you say, if ndef, if not defined, something like what I typically do is I just type this in, ping-pong .h, and I usually add included, which is kind of ugly looking C and C++ precompiler macro. Say if this is not defined, simply, and you can copy and paste, and simply say define it. And once you've done with that, you need to go to the bottom of the file and say another pound and say end if. And I usually add the name of this header guard at the end as well. Not header guards, just simply header guard. Header guard is this thing, ping-pong H included. So what happens is this, if I did this twice, like this, the first time, the compiler will naturally see, or preprocessor of C, C++ compiler will say that, okay, the programmer wants to include this text file, this entire text, in here. It just directly in main.cpp. So the first thing that it's going to see is this if and def, which stands for if not defined, ping-pong H included. This symbol is not defined. This symbol doesn't exist. So it will say, okay, it's not defined, so I need to basically include everything from here to here. And by syntax, this if not defined directive, and all directives start with the pound sign, by syntax, it requires the closing end if at the bottom of this file, okay? Just a syntax rule. So then it will include all of this, but besides including all of this, it will also define symbol name ping-pong.h included. It will define this symbol in its memory. And it's called, when you use pound define or hashtag define, whichever, usually in C we say pound sign. pound define. When you do something like this, it simply defines it as like a constant compile time variable with value like value 1 or 0. I really don't even know what it defines it with. But the next time, and then, of course, these things, anything that's processed as a pound, simply collapses, simply is removed. Then, of course, it will include IOStream and include whatever IOStream comes with, and this will be processed. And the ultimate thing is that this will be included in place of this first include pingpong.h. So let me undo what I just did. Okay. The second time, it will see this include pingpong.h. It will do the same thing. It will open this text file, load it into memory, and find this directive that says if not defined pingpong.h included. And it will look up in its memory of symbols that are defined and will say, oh, this is already defined. Then it will simply say, then we're going to skip this whole thing. So anything between if and def and if will simply collapse, and this is already processed. It collapses. By the way, every comment also collapses to an empty line. The result is absolutely empty file, right? So the second include right here will be replaced with the contents of an empty file. Mission accomplished. The header guards deliver the guarantees that each header file in every translation unit, such as main.cpp or pingpong.cpp, are included only once. All right? So let me quickly undo what I did so that I don't have to type everything back, right? So that's my stuff right there. And so this is a demonstration of this, the need for header guards. The header guards simply a guarantee that regardless of the actual, net result of attempt to include any header file, it will be included only once. And that we need for multiple reasons, because we simply don't want to declare things multiple times. Okay. So now I can, because the demonstration is over, I can kind of get rid of the second include. I really don't need this. I was just making, point that in every header guard we need to add this business. I know it does look a little ugly, but you should recognize in any header file the header guards immediately. For example, IOStream itself, right? Right-click, open document. Look what happens right directly at the top. If not defined, underscore IOStream underscore define it. And if I scroll all the way down, here it is, the end if, which basically tells the compiler that this end if is done.